How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite aviation channel. Today I am bringing to you another brand new airport this summer. As you can tell by the title, today we are doing Albany International Airport in Albany, New York. As some of you may know, I was actually literally just here a week ago from the time I'm filming this, and that actually is the reason why I'm deciding to do this model airport. Initially, if you remember in my previous airport update, which was Newark, I said I was going to do Doha and Islamabad. I decided to delay those a little bit because it's just been super busy lately. Today was my last day of my summer course, I should say. I had to withdraw from my Calculus 3 course because it was just impossible to focus, especially while being away from home. So I'm just going to be doing that this semester at UIUC, my main university. So I finished up my physics course today. My final was earlier today, and then I went to work for 8 hours, and it's currently midnight. And in about 2 hours or so, I actually have to leave for Chicago, take a bus up to Chicago because I'm flying out to New Orleans later today with my dad. We're going down there for a wedding for this weekend. One of his friends' sons is getting married, so we're going there for his wedding this weekend. So my flight's at 11 a.m. from O'Hare, but I leave Champaign at 3 a.m. To get to Chicago at 6, and then I get the train from Union Station at 7. I get to O'Hare at 7:45. So, oh man, it's gonna be a long day. I don't think I'm sleeping at all tonight. This video is coming out on Monday, so hopefully I'll be back by the time you're watching this. I'm planning to upload this, on Monday, and I'll be getting back from New Orleans on Sunday afternoon. So because of this insanely busy schedule I've been dealing with the past week, I just didn't have time to put Doha together because that was going to be the next one. So I decided that it's been a really long time, not a really long time, but it's been a while since the last airport update. So I thought I was overdue for one, and so I decided to throw together Albany. It took me literally like 30 minutes to put this diorama together. You'll see in a few moments it's not entirely accurate, but I did the best I could. And there is no time frame because I just wanted to put as many planes as I could. Every single airline I think that serves Albany is in here, and I just wanted to make it as jam-packed as I could because it's just a one-time update. So without further ado, let's get started, and I hope you enjoy this Albany Airport update. Alright, so here's an overview of the terminal here at Albany International. It's basically just one big building divided up into 3 concourses. If you've seen my last year trip report from Albany on Southwest, I kind of explained a little bit about the airport in that video. I have another trip report for my return flight from Albany to Chicago that I took just a few days ago. It's coming out this Wednesday, so you'll be able to see more in-depth review of Albany Airport in that video coming out this Wednesday, so stay tuned. But here's my setup of the terminal. It's you can see the Google Maps image now. It's not entirely accurate, as most of my dioramas have been this summer, but the idea is kind of there. So let me take you through each concourse. So this is Concourse A right here. It's 4 gates. It serves United Express, and Allegiant. Fun fact, this was actually where, from 2001 to 2005, Continental Connection, operated by Commute Air, they used to have a hub here in Albany. So they would operate from here to a bunch of cities around the Northeast region in Pennsylvania and New York State, and I think Vermont, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, everywhere around the Northwest, even Ottawa and Montreal in Canada. So they would operate the Beechcraft 1900D. So this is where their operation was, the Continental Connection hub that they had here in Albany. This is where they would operate from. So these 4 gates are all on the upper level, but there's an escalator and staircase that leads down to the lower level of Concourse A, and there's a bunch of little gate areas down here on the lower level. So they'd park all the Beechcraft 1900Ds. That's what they'd use to fly these little hub operation. That's what their hub operation was. That's all it was, Beechcraft 1900Ds, those little 19-seat turboprops. So they would park them all here, somewhere here, and then they would operate them from this concourse. Unfortunately, the hub closed in 2005 because all the operations were consolidated to Cleveland. Commute Air does have a maintenance base here in Albany. It's their biggest maintenance base for the Embraer 145, and they also do fly from Newark and Washington Dulles many times a day on the E145, and they also serve Newark on the CRJ 550 and the Embraer 170 as well. And then Piedmont Airlines for American, they also have a maintenance base here in Albany, which is kind of funny as well. All right, moving on to Concourse B. This is the biggest concourse here. It's got the most gates, and this only, oh no, I shouldn't say only, but it serves Delta, of course, Delta Connection, American, American Eagle, and JetBlue. All right, and then last but not least is Concourse C. This is actually curved, the building, but I don't have that exact piece, so I just had to improvise with what I had here. So Concourse C is only Southwest and Frontier. Southwest is the biggest airline in Albany. Ironically, they have only 2 gates, so it is what it is, but they are the biggest airline here, and they were also the first low-cost airline to start service to Albany, I think back in 2001, maybe not even 01, maybe it was later than that, but they were the first LCC to serve Albany, so they are the biggest one here. And Albany is famous for the rear jetways. They used to have these for Southwest, so they would have one here, I think one here is, yeah, one here, actually all 3 gates had one, here, and I think C1 had one as well. This is now used by Frontier, as you can see. But what they used to have is they used to have a rear jetway which would extend over the wing of the airplane and attach to the rear door of the aircraft. Here's a picture of what it would look like, what it would have looked like. They have retired these gates. Sadly, I really would love, I would have loved to have boarded through one of these. It's so unique to the US, but they retired them because they were just really hard to maintain, and they were just, yeah, it was just not easy to maintain such a weird design of a jetway. So yeah, so it would literally just extend over the wing and attach to the rear door, and I guess it would facilitate boarding. It's really, really cool that Albany of all airports had it. And I do have family in Albany. I was with them actually the last week I was in New York. So it's really cool that this airport that's so, I guess you could say it is kind of close to me. It's had such a cool feature. It's really, really cool that they had that, and it's a shame that it's non-existent now. So yeah, so those are all the passenger carriers. I don't think I'm missing any. As far as cargo goes, they do have FedEx and UPS that fly 757s here every day. And then FedEx also flies, I think, 3 Cessna Caravans from Newark in the morning, early morning. So, yeah. All right, let's get started. I'll do this all in one go, I guess. It's not too much of, it's not really a big airport to get through. So we'll start over here. Allegiant A320, this is gate A3. So I'm assuming A1 and A2 are down here somewhere, which I think makes sense because I remember seeing A1. It was one of the lower jetways, lower level, not jetways, gates. But here at A3 is the Allegiant A320. It's pushing back for a flight to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. It came in from there as Flight 367. It's going back as Flight 392. Allegiant has a bunch of random destinations. They fly to basically wherever you think Allegiant flies to. Myrtle Beach, I think Orlando Sanford, St. Petersburg, Clearwater, maybe Punta Gorda, and Sarasota. I'm not too sure about those 2, but the first 3, they definitely fly there. Gate A4 is a United Express Embraer 170. This came in from Newark as Flight 3419 and is going to go back out to Newark as Flight 3406. This route is operated by 3 planes, the 170, the CRJ 550, and the Embraer 145. Over here at A5 is the United A319. This came in from Chicago as Flight 2430 and is going to go back out to Chicago as Flight 239. That's the exact flight that I took back home to Chicago when I was coming back from Albany. Except that was the 320. New livery, I have 2 A320s, but neither of them are the new livery. But I really wanted to put it in a United new livery Airbus in here. I don't know why, I just wanted to, and so that's what I had here. And then here at A6 is the CRJ 550, which just came in from Washington Dulles. This route is actually, it's an ERJ 145, but I don't have that, so I just put in the CRJ 550 because I wanted to, so yeah. All right, moving on to the B concourse. Here we have the Delta Connection, CRJ 900 came in from Detroit as Flight 3902 and is going to go back out to Detroit with the same flight number, and that's operated by SkyWest, which is kind of perfect because the model itself also is SkyWest. So yeah, this is B5. I think that's gate B5. Yeah, that would make sense because that's B6 right there. So yeah, I've seen the CRJ 900 parked here, and I've also seen, I think it was the 320 parked here or here. I think it might have been there because that doesn't make sense. But yeah, that's the B5 here, and B7 is the CRJ 700, which came in from New York LaGuardia as flight 5329, and it's going to go back out to LaGuardia as flight 5329 as well, same flight number, and that's operated by Endeavor Air. And normally this is a CRJ 900 in real life, but I don't have two CRJ 900s. I'm not like that. I have a 700 though, so it's the next best thing. Okay, this is kind of unrealistic, but I don't have a Delta A320, so I had to put this in. It's the Delta 321, which came in from Atlanta as flight 2766, and it's going to go back out there as the same flight number. Like I said, it's an A320, and I don't have that, which I used to have it actually a few years ago, but I sold it, unfortunately. But this is the closest I could do, so there we go. And in terms of aircraft, like the biggest plane that Albany gets on a daily basis is either the 320 or the 737 MAX 8. Actually, that's not true. It's 737 900ER from United, from Chicago. They get that passenger-wise. And then cargo, they get the 757 from UPS and FedEx. All right, here at gate, so this was B9, I think it was. This was B7, B9. This is B10A, and I think that's B10B. So B10A is American CRJ 700, operated by, I think, Envoy or SkyWest, something like that. Came in from Chicago O'Hare as flight 3003, and it's going to go back out to O'Hare with the same flight number. And at gate B10B is the Embraer 145, operated by Piedmont. This came in from Philadelphia as flight 5970, and is going to go back out to Philly with the same flight number. Over here is the Embraer 175, came in from Washington Reagan National as flight 4677, and it's going to go back out to DCA with that same flight number. And so this is B11, I think that's, wait, what? I'm losing track. I don't know. I don't know what gate that is, but this is B6, which is really, really funny if you know anything about JetBlue, because their IATA code is B6. And the fact that this is their gate is hilarious. So B6 is the JetBlue gate at Albany. It's just one gate. And yeah, B6 at B6. It took me a while to realize that, but when I realized it, I can't stop saying how cool it is. So B6 at B6. But yeah, JetBlue A320. This came in from Orlando as flight 120, and we'll head back out to Orlando as flight 119. So yeah, so Delta, a little overview again. I think did I mention all of United's routes? So they have Newark, Chicago, and Dulles. Delta has LaGuardia, Detroit, and Atlanta. American has, I think, the most out of the legacy. They have the most, yeah, out of any legacy carrier here. They have Washington Reagan, Philadelphia, Chicago, and Charlotte. That's the only one I don't have. Charlotte is on the CRJ 700 and the A320. So that one I don't have in this airport update, but they do serve Charlotte as well. I think that's it. And then JetBlue is both Orlando and Fort Lauderdale. All right, moving on to the C concourse. Gate C1, we have the Frontier A320. Just came in from Denver, which is their longest route, I believe, from Albany. That's flight 722, and it's going to head back out to Denver as flight 723. They also serve Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina from here, which is really cool. I don't know why, but Frontier has nonstop Albany to Raleigh service on the 320. I've seen that flight as well. So really, really interesting why they do that. Real quick though, how about that merger with Spirit though? Right? Because I mean, it's kind of funny how, they tried to merge with Spirit. They also tried to merge with Spirit. They were kind of beefing, and then they tried. They failed. JetBlue eventually prevailed. And I guess JetBlue is now about to take Spirit. So, and ironically, that's who I'm flying later today, Spirit to New Orleans. But I think I would have rather preferred Well, I mean, JetBlue is a way better airline. They're both low cost, but they're just this is one end of the spectrum, and this is the other end. It makes more sense for Frontier to take Spirit because they're both the same ultra low cost model. But this just doesn't. They gotta have a reason for doing this. I don't know. But JetBlue's taking Spirit. Sorry, Frontier. We'll just see how that goes. Just a random thought that just came into my mind. I thought it was worth mentioning how they're just literally right next to each other. So I thought that was funny. Gate C2 Southwest 737 MAX 8, which came in from Houston Hobby via Chicago Midway as flight 2879. and it's headed back out, or sorry, it's continuing to Baltimore with that same flight number. And taxiing in here to gate C3 is the Southwest 737-700 coming in from Baltimore as flight 3003, and is headed back out to Baltimore as flight 5972. So yeah, Southwest has a variety of destinations, but in most cases I think you'll only see them come from either Midway, Baltimore, Orlando, and maybe Fort Lauderdale. I don't know. They're really Southwest. Y'all know Southwest. They're weird in a cool way. So they do their things their own way as compared to everybody else. But there we go. And then there's the Rear Jetway, which is not being used. I think they actually removed all of them. When I was there last year on Southwest, I was flying Southwest out of Albany. I saw this jetway here. It was unused. I think they had already removed this one and this one. I don't know if they've already removed the C3 dual jetway. They might have. I don't know. And then here's a Saab 340 that's here for no reason. Okay. So that concludes the airport update for Albany. Hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I just really wanted to do an airport update because it's been a while since the last one, and I didn't want to keep you all waiting any longer. Hopefully, if I can get Doha together by next week, it would be nice, because it is going to be a pretty big project, and I still have a couple aircraft. Actually, that's another reason why I delayed it, because there were some aircraft I wanted to get for the airport, which I haven't gotten yet. And I don't know when I'll get those, so that's another reason why I delayed it. But yes, that was Albany, and I'm not too sure how many people have done Albany on YouTube. I think Syracuse Aviation did it before, but because I have flown from this airport a few times, wanted to try it out. It's a pretty good airport for Albany. I mean, Albany is the capital of New York, so I would expect it to be, I think it's good for the amount of flights it gets. It's a pretty nice airport. I wish they would get some international flights. That's another thing. It's called Albany International, but they don't have any international flights right now. Air Canada doesn't fly here anymore, and Continental Connection ended their hub in 2005, and they had 2 flights to Canada. So when they left, those flights are gone too. So no international flights from Albany at the moment, unless there's like a diversion or a charter. They've gotten a few international charters before, and occasionally they will actually get diversions. If the weather's bad in the New York City area, they will get diversions for Newark and LaGuardia and JFK flights. Probably not at the same time. Maybe they'll get like one day they'll get like Newark diversions, like 777s from United and stuff like that. And then if another day the weather's bad again, they'll get LaGuardia diversions, like the 321s and the 320s from Delta, just as an example. So yeah, it's interesting. It's a nice airport. I love Albany Airport. And I think that's going to do it. So hope you enjoyed this airport update. Hope you enjoyed listening to all the history and my kind of stories I had to tell. I don't have many stories, but I hope you enjoyed the video nonetheless. This video is coming out, I think, on Monday. So on Wednesday we have the Albany-Chicago trip report, and then Friday will be Albany and Boston plane spotting. I didn't get to film much plane spotting in Albany and Boston, sadly, but I threw in a bunch of clips together, and I made a spotting video. So that'll come out Friday, and we'll see where we go from there. So thank you all so much for watching. It is currently 12:44. So we're actually getting done with this quicker than I thought we would. That's nice. Okay, so ending the video now. I have to pack my bag, go to the train station, get my bus, and go to Chicago and go to New Orleans in a few hours. Anyways, I'll end it now. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.